Hey, what's going on, Helldivers? My name is Gun, and today we're going to be breaking down the anti-material rifle. So in this episode, I'm going to be covering the functionalities of the weapon, the pros and cons, what faction it's best against, and I'm going to actually test it against all enemy types. Okay, so the anti-material rifle is actually the best gun in the game. Okay, I'm playing. But it's actually up there with a lot of the best support weapons, such as the railgun on safe mode, the arc thrower, and the flamethrower, and I'll show you why. Okay guys, so we're going to be going over the pros. It has a high damage output. It does deal significant damage to both armored and unarmored enemies. But the only issue with it is obviously you have to aim. So if you're on controller, you're not going to have a precise aim as is on PC. And you won't be able to move as fast. So that's the only downside. Obviously it has armor penetration. So against a lot of the stronger or bigger enemies, it takes a couple shots. However, against bugs, I found it to be very difficult to use. So it has three options of zoom, which is 200 meters, 100 meters, and 50 meters. So obviously this weapon is best for doing recon and making sure you want to engage in specific fights, and letting your teammates know what enemies are there so they could properly engage the fight. So the way I typically use it is only when there's heavily armored enemies, or like I said, if I'm doing recon. Also, it's really good to pair this with the armor that has a 30% reduction of enemy detection and the jetpack, just because you can get on high ground, and it's always best to have high ground with this weapon. Okay guys, so moving on to the cons. The issue I had with it was the amount of rounds that was in the magazine. If you're trying to go against like a tank, it'll take more than one whole clip, so it'll probably take around 14 rounds, so 2 clips. Another thing was the recoil. Trying to hit your precision shots gets a little bit more difficult, especially if you're trying to rapid fire, because the recoil is severe. So for PC, it could be a lot easier for you guys just because it's easier to hold down, but on consoles, it's a lot more difficult. Also when it comes to the mobility, I've noticed it seems like you're slowed down when you're running with it, so make sure you're not running with it when you're trying to get away from enemies. And lastly, from my experience playing with this weapon against the Termines, it is terrible. Okay, so against the smaller enemies such as the troopers and the commissars, it is a one-shot, even to the body. You can get extreme range on them, but I would not try to go toe-to-toe if there's about 15 or 20 of them out there shooting at you, because the downside is you only have 7 rounds, so yeah, you're fucked. So against the scout striders, right, don't get close to them. It'll take you forever to aim and shoot them. It usually takes 3 shots. Obviously, if you shoot them in the back, it's 1 shot. Pretty simple to deal with. The ones I do not recommend fighting against, only at long range, is the berserkers. They will close that gap in on you really fast, and trying to get a headshot is just, you panic, because I'm on damn PS5. Okay. Okay, so the medium armor devastators, 1 shot for the normal ones. With the rocket devastators, usually 1 to 2 shots. However, be careful with the rocket devastators, because if they spot you before you spot them, they'll snipe you with a missile. And then with the shielded one is always 2 shots. The Hulk's biggest enemy, and I believe this weapon's actually way better. They're pretty much fucked, because this gun only takes 2 shots straight to the eyeball, and these guys just stand no chance against it. So with Automata Towers, you can shoot it from a very far distance. However, it does take 9 shots to destroy it. So if you do shoot it from a very far distance, it'll turn away and look straight at you, so you won't be able to shoot its weak point. However, you can wait and hit a couple more shots, but at that point, just drop an orbital on it. But ironically, it actually works really good when you get in close, because you could just circle around it and hit the weak spot. The tanks are very similar strategy as the towers. It'll take, however, 7 shots. So just get close to them and do the same strategy, unless you want to be long range and shoot them and wait for them to turn back around and shoot them again. But I just prefer to get close to them if there's nobody around. Okay, so lastly, this thing is really good in 2 particular submissions, which is the one to destroy the drop ships, the ones that are grounded. It takes 2 clips of 14 shots, and it can blow it up from a very far distance. I did it from 300 meters. And the other one is destroying the artillery. Instead of dropping a hell bomb and doing that, you could shoot them from very far away. Or the gun turrets that are shooting at the ships. You could also shoot them because they're too preoccupied with shooting the ship. On to the Termines. So with the Termines, I do not recommend this weapon at all. This thing is amazing against automatons, but it falls extremely flat against Terminids, just because the sheer amount of enemies that spawn in and the amount of bugs that are coming through. It's not reliable at all with 7 shots. And you can do collats, but you'll have to be prone to the ground, and I just don't recommend it because you'll have 1,000 hunters jumping at you while you're trying to fucking aim down sights. Like, I don't recommend it. Against the scavengers, it's 1 shot. Against the hunters, I don't know for what reason, but it actually takes me 2 shots, and it's kind of weird. I don't know. Okay, so the bile spewers, it takes 4 shots to kill it. Against them, it's actually pretty good because you get the range on them. Especially if they're shooting the artillery at you, it's very easy to bring it up and kill them pretty quick. Against stalkers, they're actually really useful as well, just because you can see their outline. And it usually takes 1 shot to the head, but it does take 4 shots to the body. Alright, so with the chargers, it takes around 7 shots to the soft butt. It does not work at all if you're shooting directly at it. The bullets will just ricochet. So obviously just make sure you wait till it charges at you and make sure you can see its butt and just shoot it. It's actually pretty strong against it, not too bad. However, just use a EAT, 1 shot to the face, and it's done. Why did I even try it on the Bile Titan? Against the Bile Titan, this thing, oh my goodness, it took me around, I think I had to call in 3 supply packs, so you guys do the math on it. It took me fucking 3 fully loaded anti-material rifles to kill Bile Titan. I probably could have killed it with the fucking supply drop dropping on it faster than me shooting at it, so do not use this against a Bile Titan. So the anti-material rifle could actually take out the spore trees, and you could take out the fog pretty easily so you don't become a clicker. I forgot to mention, but it could take out the container doors as well. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Please comment, like, and please subscribe because I've been working on so many damn videos. But yeah, stay safe out there, Helldivers. Peace out.